Iwate Prefecture, in the northern part of Japan, a vast area rich in nature. Large expanses of land. Plentiful fisheries. Its natural beauty is home to food products special to Iwate. Iwate is a treasure trove of great food products. The producers here, who are the pride of Iwate, make use of the climate of northern Japan, and their products truly represent the world quality of Japan. Clean water and fertile land are the important factors for growing delicious rice. The rich natural environment of Iwate is one of the major rice-producing areas. The rice produced with great care by the rice farmers here has a great taste that is representative of Japan. I want to ship out rice that's delicious and the quality of it is assured. Based on the desire to achieve this, Iwate rice is produced using a thorough quality management process. A high level of quality is maintained at the rice mill through strict checks throughout the whole process until the point the rice is shipped out, including a new system to remove contaminants. The varieties of rice are diverse to meet the needs of the consumers. Hitomebore, a great tasting top-class rice. Akita Komachi, a firm and sticky rice. Sasanishiki has just the right amount of stickiness and is succulent when just boiled. Ginga no Shizuku is a rice variety unique to Iwate, grown since 2015. Great taste is the important factor in all of these varieties of rice. They are shipped out to customers with their tastes matching the customer's wishes. Iwate Kennan Hitomebore rice, grown in the south of Iwate, has gained the highest evaluation of taste possible in Japan, receiving the top-ranking A class in the Taste Ranking of Japan 21 times. Iwate rice is shipped out from the rice-producing area of Iwate with great faith in its quality. It has a shine and a freshness to it, along with the perfect amount of stickiness. It also has a well-rounded flavor. The rice here has a quality level to boast about to the world. A traditional multi-course Japanese meal at an exclusive hot spring inn. The guests are being served wonderful dishes made using the seasonal foods of Iwate. In this setting too, Iwate rice is essential.
Wow, this rice from Iwate is delicious. I have lived in Iwate for 10 years and I really like Iwate rice.
Delicioso. Al arroz de mi país se le agrega sal antes de cocinarlo, pero al arroz de Iwate no necesita agregarse, no se le agrega nada, pero sabe delicioso, delicioso, incomparable.
Along with Japanese food, Japanese sake is growing in popularity around the world. Japanese sake here is made using high-quality rice and traditional techniques. In the rice-producing prefecture of Iwate, there are lots of sake factories and a number of famous Japanese sakes here. Japanese sake tastes especially good with Japanese food. Iwate rice has a great taste that represents the world quality of Japan. Apples, the taste of Iwate from autumn to winter, are one of the food products Iwate is proud of. The distinctive feature of Iwate apples is the use of the Waika-saibai method of growing apples. The Waika-saibai method involves limiting apple trees to a height of 2.5 meters and making sure each and every apple gets lots of sunlight. Apples grown using this method have a high sugar content and taste great. Iwate boasts the third largest area for producing apples in Japan and has an abundant range of apples. One of the main varieties of Iwate apple is Jonah Gold, which has a distinctive, exquisite balance of sourness and sweetness. Its crunchy texture is very popular. Shinano Gold is a yellow apple which has a crisp, firm texture for you to enjoy. There's a strong sour taste amidst the sweetness, and it has a refreshing flavor reminiscent of a citrus fruit for you to savor. Varieties of apple unique to the prefecture are also developed in Iwate. Beni Iwate apples have a distinctive deep red appearance as per their Japanese name. They're juicy with little sourness and have a crisp, fresh texture. A characteristic of this apple variety is that it's slow to change color after being peeled. Oyume apples, whose name means large dream, are a variety of apple that are the size of a giant ball. Once the season turns to autumn, there are large numbers of apples on sale in stores and shops throughout Iwate. In addition to apples for eating at home, there are also apples for sending as gifts. Maybe you want to send a taste of home to someone who has left Iwate. There's one more reason to send Iwate apples as a gift. That reason is, you can have complete confidence that they taste fantastic. Fuji apples, one of the major apple varieties, is one of the leading apple varieties grown in Iwate. The Fuji apples of Iwate are characteristically low in sourness and high in sweetness. Sun Fuji apples are grown without covering the apples in bags, and due to being exposed to a lot of sunlight, they have increased sweetness and are very juicy. The Sun Fuji apples grown in Esashi are well known, with Esashi recognized as a leading apple producing area in Japan. You would be surprised at the prices they get at the opening auctions. This is proof of how highly Iwate apples are valued. The apple that the high-quality apple-producing area of Iwate sends out with confidence is the premium apple Fuyukoi. With the harmony between the condensed honey and the sweetness in the juice of the apple, this apple is like a sweet. These apples have a firmness of texture that's been hardened by the coldness of the Iwate climate. Fuyukoi is a kind of high-class apple that hasn't been experienced until now. Let's take a look at the Haruka apple variety born in Iwate, where the specialist apple producers are challenging the conventional methods used up until now and striving for the ultimate way of growing apples. Each individual Haruka apple is carefully grown using high-level cultivation techniques in the great nature of Iwate, with light sensors used to measure the sweetness levels and the amount of honey contained in the apples. Only Haruka apples that meet these high production standards are sent out as Fuyukoi premium apples.
Oh, c'est super bon et très sucré avec beaucoup de jus. Donc c'est la première fois que je mange une pomme aussi sucrée et juteuse. C'est très bon.
Sangat-sangat sedap. Saya suka apple ni. Dan dia macam honey, manis.
Iwate apples are blessings of the land, world quality. Clean air, beautiful water, and fertile land. Iwate cattle are reared in an area with a long tradition of producing beef, and in an environment rich in nature. The management of the process, from breeding to feeding to selling, is very thorough to sustain the top brand of beef in Japan. Each and every head of cattle is cherished by the livestock farmers who pay attention to detail with great affection. The fantastic taste that's said to be a piece of art is thanks to the richness of the nature here and the livestock farmers treating the animals humanely. Iwate cattle are black-haired Japanese cows bred in Iwate Prefecture. The meat is beautifully marbled beef, rich in flavor and sweetness. Iwate beef has been named as #1 in Japan for quality of meat, the most number of times in the country, by the prize committee that decides. The quality level of Iwate beef is the pinnacle of Japanese beef. Japanese technology sustains this quality level. The Iwate Animal Husbandry Distribution Center guarantees the quality of their products through a hygiene quality management system based on the techniques of the internationally recommended HACCP, Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Points. The beef products are also exported overseas and their quality is highly valued. Iwate beef, high-quality beef that Iwate prides itself on. It's like a piece of art with the beauty of its marbled appearance. Its best feature is the great balance between its rich flavor and its sweetness. Try Iwate beef as steak.
It's delicious. It melts in your mouth. It's really good. I want to eat more. It's so good. So yummy.
Iwate beef is absolutely delicious. Everything from Iwate is delicious, but this beef is special. Yeah, and to watch him cook it and then to eat it like this is just wonderful. It's awesome.
Iwate beef is a treasured food produced with great affection. World quality. Iwate is a fisheries heaven. The Sanriku fishing grounds are one of the 3 largest in the world, and huge numbers of fish gather here, where the cold sea current meets the warm sea current. Sanriku boasts the largest catch off Honshu, Japan's main island, and includes salmon and Pacific sari. Walleye pollock, that are in great demand as an ingredient in nabe dishes and as raw materials in processed foods, are also caught here. Abalone are a high-class food that are grown in the Sanriku water full of nutrients, and large-sized oysters and scallops are produced here with sophisticated cultivation techniques. The salted salmon roe here are a top-quality food, and the size of the eggs are something to boast about. Sanriku is also Japan's #1 in the amount of wakame seaweed produced, and is truly a rich reservoir of seafood. Advanced hygiene quality management is one of the factors that helps sustain the fisheries heaven of Iwate. This is Ofunato Fishing Market, where the fresh seafood is unloaded. In order to maintain the freshness of the seafood, they use sherbet ice made up of filtered and sterilized seawater. In addition to preventing damage to the surfaces of the seafood, sherbet ice cools the seafood faster than normal blocks of ice, and so they are able to maintain a high level of freshness. as well as bird nets and shutters being used to stop rubbish and other contaminants getting into the seafood area from outside. The forklift trucks used within the market are also battery-powered, so that the seafood isn't contaminated with exhaust fumes. Sushi, a blessing of the ocean waters of Iwate. Sushi is recognized around the world as part of the food culture of Japan. Fish is the main part of the diet in Japan.
I usually don't eat fish in America, but in Iwate the seafood is delicious, so I eat it all the time.
En mi país se consume muy poco el pescado de mar. Después de haberme venido a Iwate, comí por primera vez el sushi y me encantó. El marisco de Iwate es muy rica, es muy saludable.
The marine products of Iwate are a top-class taste of Japan, world quality. The producers here, who are the pride of Iwate, make use of the climate of northern Japan, and their products truly represent the world quality of Japan.